Hey, how's it going, guys? Instead of having a normal haul this week, I just happened to have a huge eBay win I had over the weekend. So, actually spent quite a chunk of money on this, but luckily I didn't break the bank or anything like that. These books were, luckily they're under about 10 bucks a piece. Actually, they're even under $9 a piece, thank goodness. But I got about, I can't remember the amount. It's over 50 books overall. So like I said, I paid a pretty penny for this, so I decided not to go to the local shop this week. I got a Midtown haul coming in anyway with all the big books that came out the last month, so I might cover those at a later date, but I actually have a lot of awesome books here now. I figured I'd just, instead of going to the shop and all that good stuff, and I'm going to a convention tomorrow, so I was kind of saving a few bucks for that. Yeah, don't ask me why I spend all this money, tell myself I'm going to go to a convention, and then do an eBay search for this item, and then win it. So, but anyway, I'll keep showing the books because this is going to take a while. So, and don't ask me why these are sorted the way they are. This seller, I guess, are just trying to sell off their father's old books. They really don't know tons about them. They just found them in their storage container or whatever. So they're just kind of trying to get rid of things. So for some reason, the seller decided to give me a lot with Green Lantern, Superboy, Swamp Thing, and like 2 Marvel books. So I really have no idea why. So the first book is Adventures of Superman 500, which is in the white bag. So no idea why there's a modern book in this lot. It's the only modern book, but I've never owned a poly bag one before. So kind of happy to have this, actually. I was looking forward to getting it, except for the fact that there's a tiny little nick on the bag. I don't know if it shows up or not on video. Well, that's the iPhone. But there's the tiniest nick there. It's going to be driving me crazy every time I look at this. But nonetheless, I'm very glad to have this. If you guys watched my last video, I talked about how this was one of my first books I ever bought, the regular edition. I've never seen this cheap enough to buy. And not like this one was super cheap or anything. It was just in the lot anyway. So it's like, hey, figure why not? Next up, this is by far the most beat up book in the entire lot. Tales to Astonish 97, and this thing has seen some better days. Luckily, this is probably the only actual, well, there's probably a couple other ones that aren't the best condition, but this is the one that's totally a beater in the lot. So, yeah, it's got some nice mold and mildew and some awful chipping on there, but hey, it's still an interesting book. I tried to read through it, but it was starting to fall apart all over the place. So I just put it in the bag. So, and then this is an interesting one to throw in this lot. It's the first appearance of MODOK, Tales of Suspense 94. So luckily this one's not too bad a condition. I think it had a detached staple right there, but the other one was attached. So I just flipped through it enough to kind of see what MODOK was like at his first appearance, and then didn't want to deteriorate or destroy it, so I put it in this Mylar bag. So very interesting that this ended up in the lot. It has nothing to do with anything else except for maybe this destroyed book. Apparently this lady's father wasn't a huge Marvel fan because the Marvel books are a little bit more torn up than the DC, it looks like. So next up is Swamp Thing number 11. Like I said, I don't know why Swamp Thing got put in here, but I love these older Swamp Thing covers, so I'm definitely not going to complain about that. Lower to mid-grade copy, but hey, it is what it is. Next up is Swamp Thing 22. So this is a little bit of a run I'm going to have going on here. So there's 22. And then for some reason, she had 2 copies of number 23, which I don't know if this one was like someone who attempted to restore or this is just a weird printing error. But this one actually has like the full nice edge of the cover there. And this one with its insane spine roll, which I'll show the spine. Yeah, so I mean, it's actually not too bad of a spine roll on this. So the staples are actually where they need to belong at. But as you can see, the spine is stapled way in front right there. So that means like the edges of the book, you can't even see which number it is. So I just thought that was interesting and weird. So especially I have a comparison copy. And then my next one, Swamp Thing 24. So this is the last Swamp Thing I got in the lot. So, like I said, I've never been a huge Swamp Thing guy, but I'm still happy to have those. Next up, I have a huge Superboy lot. As you guys know, I'm a pretty big 90s Superboy fan, but I always like to backtrack and kind of get some of the silvers and bronzes from Superboy as well. So luckily, this little stack here was all Neil Adams covers. So honestly, I didn't even realize Neil Adams did covers for Superboy until I got this lot and started doing a little bit of research on some of the other books I bought. That, you know, I will eventually show the reason I bought this lot, but luckily these came with it, and I got to learn about these too. So here's Superboy 148, Neil Adams cover. He's sitting there gambling with some crazy glasses there. Next up, looks like he's fighting some zombies or something there. Superboy 163, another Neil Adams cover. So I really am enjoying these Neil Adams covers. They're, like I said, it's kind of like a surprise treat in this box. Superboy 168, he's flying away crying like a baby, like he does on a lot of these Silver Age covers. So he's never coming back, even though there's this more to go. He comes back, spoilers. Next up, 172. Another great Neil Adams cover right there. Like I said, since I've kind of started making more videos for the community, one of the artists I've been collecting a lot more of is Neil Adams, so I'm very glad to have some more of his work and covers, at least, in that stuff. 173. And then my last one from the Neil Adams run of Superboy stuff, 178, where for some reason he's turning into a bat. So that was really nice. And then the rest of the stack, here is the giant size 165, which there was a little bit of tape on the spine, but a lot of these giant size Superboys I'm going to have coming up actually are in bad condition. I've seen some terrible giant size books that I've just, wow, I can't believe they weren't printed to last that long, it seems like. So 170, so luckily I've got some Dick Giordano's, some Carmine Infantino's, like on 171 with Aqua Boy and his awesome 70s sideburns going on there. Number 174, another giant size, which once again, this one isn't in too bad a shape actually. It's got a really nice spine on it for a giant size. So I was happy with that. 177. And then there's like a little bit of a Nick Cardy run here, so I keep hearing how great Nick Cardy's work is, and I really haven't had a chance to collect his stuff. So I was glad to get some of his Superboy work here. So here's 182. I think he mostly did just the covers and stuff like that, but nonetheless, I'm happy to have him. 183. 185, and this is a 100-page giant size. So I had to put it in a Golden Age bag just so it would fit. And actually that spine, for, like I said, for a 100-page giant size, that is actually, I cannot complain about that condition right there. 186, and then it leaps forward to the Legion of the Superheroes run with the Mike Grell work he did on that. So 209, 210, 215. Like I said, if I'm using Mylar bags and starting to run out, I'm going to double stuff out, unfortunately. 224, 225, 227, 228, 229, and then she also threw in Legion of Superheroes 276. So that is the Superboy run. So like I said, I'm trying to clear out some of these other ones so I can get to my Green Lanterns. So if you guys have been keeping track of my channel for a little while, you know I've been trying to get as much Green Lantern stuff as possible. He's one of my all-time favorite characters. Like I said, I think I'm going to do a video upcoming on Hal Jordan and why I started collecting his work. But for now, I've got eventually more stuff to show in that video. So I'll go ahead and start. We just finished with Mike Grell and Superboy, so we'll get into his green... sorry. It's late in the day, and it's musty in here after rebagging all these. And I just threw out the bags and boards, and one thing I know about Green Lantern, he does not like yellow, and that goes for his bags and boards too. So I replaced those awful yellow bags with these nice Mylars. So Green Lantern, Green Arrow number 92. Early Mike Grell stuff here. So there's 93. Like I said, I do apologize for getting these books thrown up there so fast, but I want to make sure I get through these other ones here because I still got a lot more. Here's number 94, which this one really made me laugh. It's Green Arrow without a beard, so hopefully Exile State doesn't see this book. He might not like it. So it says Green Arrow without a beard. Why? So, I mean, that's probably like one of the funniest punchlines I've seen on these books. And then, you know, just Black Canary is just shocked. She looks like she's in trouble, but I think she's just worried about that beard. And then in part 2 of the Beardless Green Arrow saga, number 95, apparently since his beard is gone, he has turned against the United States of America. Thus, him taking out the president, I guess. Like, interesting Bronze Age stuff there. And there's number 96. And then it skips up to 113. Number 115. Like I said, these are ones I have not had a chance to collect yet in terms of the Bronze Age. I kind of was just trying to get all the silvers, and luckily this one came with a bunch of the bronze ones too, so I look forward to reading more of these. There's 118. And then, honestly, I didn't realize Brian Bolland did covers for Green Lantern ever. So here's the Tales of the Green Lantern Corps. An awesome Brian Bolland cover there. He's one of my all-time favorite cover artists. So, like I said, another unexpected treat in this package here. And I believe he also did, yep, number 2. So, yeah, another Brian Bolland cover. And then the last issue of that little trio is issue number 3. I don't think he did this cover, but I could be wrong. Alright, so with those out of the way, it's time to get into the main reason I bought this whole big lot to show you guys. I got some nice Silver Age Lantern books, and well, technically Bronze Age, but it's all around the same time. So I'll start with the 2 kind of beat up ones. I got Green Lantern 52. I've been on the lookout for this cover for a long time, so it's the return of Sinestro and that little original Silver Age Lantern run, so I was extremely happy to see it. This is probably the cover that kind of made me look at the auction to begin with on eBay. Usually I try not to get the huge lots because I know, like what happened to me here, I put in a big number and someone actually bid me up pretty close to, I almost lost, but I ended up winning by like a few bucks. So, but this is the cover I'm just like, alright, I might be able to stealth buy this auction. You'll see coming up, we got some good stuff. Then I got a 77. I was a little disappointed in this one. It looks not too bad for a Silver Age book. Obviously, it has some wear and tear, but the cover is detached, unfortunately. I did not know that, but I think I have another copy of this, if I remember correctly, so I'm not too concerned about that. So I was kind of hoping for an upgrade, and I didn't really get one for my copy because obviously cover detached. It's not a good upgrade. So next up, I got a number 79. Oh, I guess I should shout Neil Adams. These are mostly all Neil Adams covers, so one of my goals in getting these Green Lanterns is knock out as much of the Neil Adams run as possible. Denny O'Neil, because I really like that combo, obviously. I don't know what happened with this one. It looks like they stacked some other wet books or something on top of it, so it's got a lot of wear and tear there and there, but I think I also have a copy of this one too, so not going to lose sleep over those two. I also have a Green Lantern 82, once again, from that Neil Adams run. The Harpies are coming, so they're getting beat up by bird people, so there you go. I like this cover. I've never really seen it before, number 83. I just like that nice, like, conflicting red in the background cover, and then, yeah, it's just, I don't know why, it's just as soon as I start pulling these out, I'm like, yeah, that's a really nice, colorful cover there. And then I was happy to have this one, too. Green Lantern 88. This one has a little bit of a staple detachment, but otherwise it's in pretty decent condition. I didn't read through it too much because I didn't want to risk this staple up here, which is fully connected. But once again, yeah, this is another cover I've been really eyeballing in that Silver Age, Bronze Age Lantern run. So very happy to have this. I like getting the Alan Scott stuff too, so I've got, I think it was a Green Lantern 40. I bought a separate lot for that one, and I think I got a great deal on that one, so I was happy to get this in this lot too. Alright, so I've got 4 books. I think these are the best 4 books in the whole lot. And it goes along with those Neil Adams Green Lanterns. So the first off, and the other ones are probably mid-grade. I would say these are probably higher grade Bronze Age books. So if I could have picked 4 books to be in the best condition, these would have been the 4 books. And they were in the best condition, so I was extremely happy. I was a little bit concerned when I first opened up this box because it wasn't packed too well. And the first one I saw was that one that had the damage on it. So, yeah, this is the first one I think that was on top. I'm like, oh God, what have I done? But I was very happy with this lot after seeing these 4 books. So here's the first one. It's Green Lantern Green Arrow number 80. I always like this Neal Adams cover. It's got like that newspaper font, even though like they're not on trial on Earth, it still kind of reflects that. But just looking at the spine, there's a couple like color breaking crease or two here and there, but nothing major. It still presents extremely well. The spine's in really good condition. Yeah, it's a good looking book. I was happy with that. Next up, we got, I'll just go ahead with this one next actually. So we're in a little bit of an order. I was trying to go from like worst to best here, and these are all the best. So number 85 grand, part one of the whole drug issue with Speedy. Obviously this is one I've been looking for a long time, so I was just astounded I won this because of, you know, this whole thing. The story, the cover, I mean everything. It's iconic Green Lantern, Green Arrow from Neal Adams and Denny O'Neil, of course. So I was happy to finally get a chance to read an actual copy of this. Once again, off-white pages to yellowing pages, but that's the only complaint I can make about these last 4 books is just the, I mean, I don't think they were stored as well as advertised, but at least like everything else is perfect on it. There's not one spine tick on this. There's a tiny little bit of a crease here, but I think if I do the whole pressing thing, which I'm not too familiar with the whole pressing process, but it sounds like that's what it's for. I think I could press this book out and it'd present extremely well. So I was very happy to take this out and see it was in immaculate condition, all things considered, with the color of the pages. So next up, of course, 86 follows that. So I was happy to also have a great condition part 2 of that whole storyline. And I don't think there's a little bit of spiral, like I said, that could probably be pressed out, I'd imagine. But in terms of the corners and stuff, I think on this one, there was just a little bit of deterioration on the back corner, but the front corner is perfect. So it presents as well as you'd ever want it. And then the last one, the reason I even kind of kept clicking on this lot and eyeballing it for a week straight as soon as I saw it was listed, I got Green Lantern 87. This is the first appearance of John Stewart, the second appearance of Guy Gardner. This is a key book for sure for me, obviously. I might try to get this graded tomorrow. Excellent condition. Like I said, the only complaint I can make about these last 4 books is a little bit of spine roll, and then the color of the pages. It's like off-white to yellowing. So unfortunately the pages aren't the perfect color, but if you look at that spine, I'm still kind of nitpicking and trying to find all the imperfections on there, but I think this is as good as I could have ever expected this book to look, considering this person didn't really know too much about their books and all that good stuff. But as soon as I was just like digging through the books trying to see what this one looked like and all that, and the bags were like super nasty to deal with. Like actually just like scrubbed with alcohol before filming this video after dealing with those old bags. I think these have been in storage for probably at least 30 years. Most of them at least. Obviously the Adventure 500 is probably not that old. It's getting there though. But I was extremely happy to get this book for a decent price. Like I said, this book made the price of the lot worth it in my opinion. So I am very happy to be going to a convention tomorrow and getting this lot the day before with this book in it, and of course this book and the other things. So I couldn't be happier with this lot. Positive feedback will definitely be coming that person's way. But other than that, I just wanted to thank my 95 subscribers now. Holy crap. So thank you guys for that. We'll see if we can get to triple digits. So we'll see. I'm not gonna do any arm twisting or promoting or anything. We'll just see what happens, and then hopefully people enjoy books like this and modern books, all that stuff. So other than that, sorry for going almost 20 minutes, but I guess gently touch that like or subscribe button instead of smash it. Everyone says smash it or something. Just kind of graze it. I don't want you to hurt your screens. Sorry, there's my dumb joke of the night. It's like, I don't even know what time it is. It's 10:30. I'm kind of tired. So other than that, you guys have a good night. Thank you.